Aggie Vaharston agus fáilte chríalaribh the Club Folk Hands Up for Trad. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final Hands Up for Trad Folk Club. My name is Joy Dunlop, and I am thrilled to be here with you, bringing a wonderful night of music. Now, we have a neo-trad collective here, a trio comprising Ewan Baird, Pablo Lafuente, and the 2020 Traditional Young Musician of the Year, Ali Levac. Now, together, they are Project Smok, and I can promise you that you have a great night of music ahead of you. Now, as always, we would love to hear who you are, where you're watching from, and if you have any questions for the band, do let us know, as we're going to be talking to them a wee bit at the end. Thanks, as always, also to Creative Scotland for making this all possible and for you to be with us. So, without further ado, let's kick off with the music. A harsh nach cruisih fáilte chríal ar a hálan. Let's give a massive hands up for Trad welcome to Project Smok.
Flipping heck. Thanks so much, folks. I hope you're all well and safe wherever you're listening from, wherever that might be. I still haven't gotten used to these live streams or these pre-records. It's probably more nerve-wracking than any gig I've done in my entire life. So, but we're delighted to be here today in Glowworm Studios. Thanks to Hands Up for Trad and to Simon Tumer as well. So, before we crack on, just like to say a massive thank you to Simon and Hands Up for Trad for having us here today. So yeah, we're Project Smok, and this is Pablo Lafuente on guitar on my left, and Mr. Ewan Baird on bowring and maybe some vocals later on as well. So yeah, we'll crack on with some more tunes. That last set was a set of tunes it was the first track on our debut album, Bayview, and that track was View Bank, which is named after your house, I think, isn't it? Yeah, in Airdrie. So yeah, so we'll crack on with a new set of tunes. This next set is a set which features on our new EP called Esperanza, and this set is Vary Bees, which is written after Ewan's sister, and I'll let him tell you a wee bit more about that if there's any more to say.
Yeah, so this is pretty much a set after it was her 30th birthday. So instead of buying her an actual present, Ali wrote her a tune and wrote it out, so I didn't have to spend any money. It was ideal. So we hope you enjoy it. No, I actually got her a present as well, though.
Cool. Yep. One, two. talk till I catch my breath back, if that's all right. Bayview is the next set. Is that okay? Yeah. Go for it.
We always say we're going to do that one much slower, but it never really transpires that way. Oh. Yeah, so the next the next tune we're going to go for is a tune called Bayview, and it's the title track from our last album. Yeah, so that's where we recorded the album, so let's go for it.
Flipping hard. Cheers. I don't know about you guys. I found over lockdown, my fitness has gone way downhill, and I'm sweating after this. Even chasing the dog in the back garden, I feel like I'm going to have a hernia. So, yes, delighted to be playing tunes for you today. So yeah, let us know where you're listening from as well, and what you're up to. I always find that really intriguing, what's happening on the other side of this camera, because we can't see. Cincinnati. Is that that's in Australia, isn't it? It's America, sorry. Oops. I took history in school, I didn't take geography. Hello to Cincinnati. Keep letting us know where you're from. And we'll try and guess where you are correctly next time.
We're going to carry on with a set that we like to call Arisig now. Arisig is a beautiful part of the west coast of Scotland that we've enjoyed visiting many times as a band. And we love Arisig. We have
close to Australia.
Yeah, very close to Australia. None of us took geography at school, as you can tell. We have a love-hate relationship with Arisig, because whenever we come back, we're always hungover. So we love it because it's obviously a very good time whenever we go, but we also hate it because we're always hungover when we leave. So we decided to dedicate a set on our album Bayview to the wonderful people of Arisig that have hosted us many, many times. So yeah, here's Arisig.
Thanks so much, folks. So we're just hearing from where some Geelong.
That's commitment.
Geelong's in Australia. Good morning to you. Flipping heck, that's far away. So yeah, that was Arisig. And the first tune in that is a tune called Woodlands Drive, which I wrote after the street I used to live on, because I recently officially moved away. I sold the flat, and I'd been there for about 10 years, so it was a bit of a party flat. And if you never made it along to any, then I pity you. So there'll be new ones. So hopefully, when all this carry on flies off. So can you tell it's been a long time since I spoke to an audience? I've been speaking to myself actually a lot during lockdown. That's kind of been a thing I've developed. Sort of different accents and stuff just to entertain myself. So yeah. Enjoy speaking to myself.
As long as you're entertained.
I'll pass you over to you in there.
I don't quite know what to say. Yes, we're gonna do a song. This is the only song we have in the set list, and the only song we kind of do to date. So yeah, it's called "Shed a Little Light." It's by a very talented guy from Bangor, not in Australia, just pretty close to Belfast. A guy 40 Vans. So yeah, very talented man. You should have re-listened to some of his stuff. Sing along at home as a chorus if you want to sing along. Easy chorus. Shed a little light. They say that love is hard to find. I sure find it hard to find mine. Though my love walked right up to my face and said you only love what you die for, baby. I'll shed a little light so I can find you. Don't let darkness hide you from my face. Baby, shed a little light so I can find you. Without surely die for your embrace. And they say I cannot love reveals a troubleless high on its heels. When a love walked right up, stood by my side, I said there's love or death, no need to decide. Baby, shed a little light so I can find you. Don't let darkness hide you from my face. Baby, shed a little light so I can find you. But I'll surely die for your embrace. Baby, shed a little light so I can find you. Don't let darkness hide you from my face. Baby, shed a little light so I can find you. But I'll surely die for your embrace. Baby, shed a little light so I
can find you. Don't let darkness hide you from my face. Baby, I've got a light, let me show how to find you. And it might just blind you before that be. But it might just blind you before that be.
Thank you.
Mr. Ewan Baird, ladies and gentlemen. Very talented man. Hoping to try and get a few more songs in the set list and the next time we re-record. So we've been lucky enough to sneak in a wee rehearsal last week before this, and yeah, excited of the prospect of a few more songs in the set list, definitely. So yeah, keep letting us know where you're from. Keep slagging us off. Not used to this. We're used to the silence actually. This is more of an applause than we normally get. But we'll carry on with another set from our debut album. This one's called Katie's, and it is named after Pablo's fiance, and he's due to get married August this year. We had it wasn't a stag.
It was a kilt fitting that I was. We were 3 pints in, and I was concerned. It was not concerned, but convinced it was a stag do. It turns out
I think I might just turn it into the stag. I don't think I can do another night like that. So if that wasn't the stag, I'm worried.
We were home by 10:30. So this is Katie's.
There's just been a remix done of this as well by a great band from Skye called Valtos, or as Simon thinks they should be called, the Vamos. But no, you should check out. It was out on Friday, yesterday. So yeah, they've done a remix of this tune, so be sure to check that out.
Thanks very much. Cheers, cheers. So that was Katie's there. And yeah, this next set, there's a funny set. I had already written it, but we actually, a friend of mine, Kincaid Stringer from Dallas, who's a fan of the band, he also used to dance with Riverdance a few years ago, and he was living in Cork for a good while. He reached out to me during lockdown and actually just out the blue raised funds for the band. I think it raised about £500 just from being a really nice guy. His mother is an artist, so she did a painting of us from our debut album launch at Celtic Connections at the Old Fruit Market and sold copies, and yeah, just an absolute legend for reaching out for randomly and giving us those funds, which helped to fund our EP, actually, Esperanza. We wouldn't have been able to get into the studio as soon as we did if it hadn't been for Kincaid. So yeah, a really good guy. And so kind of the only way we thought we could thank Kincaid and his mum for raising that money was to let them name this tune and next set. So they chose Arc de Triomphe. I don't know why. And I was like, oh yes, that's the roundabout in Paris. So
That famous roundabout, you know.
I don't know what was so funny. I was like, that's what it is. But then they were like, no, it's the famous. Apparently, there's an arc, hence the name Arc de Triomphe. So, although I'm told it is a mad roundabout as well with no rules. So, if architecture isn't your thing, then just you should see the roundabout. The traffic is nuts. So this is Arc de Triomphe.
Let's do Fear after this.
Okay.
Just 10 minutes, yeah.
Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, it's quite a shock coming back to playing sets again because it's didn't realize the stamina we had before, and so once that set in particular starts, it's go until the end. So, but it's so weird to not have people tell me to stop talking or to shut up in an audience.
Shut up.
But yeah, this next set is Mountain Road, and the first tune in this set is one myself and Pablo wrote called F Pop, because it was in the key of F and it's a bit poppy. So, and then we'll follow that with a very well-known Irish reel called Mountain Road. So I hope you're all very well wherever you are, listening at home and having a very nice time this Saturday night. So see you in the other end of the set.
That's one of Ali's personalities he was
That's
talking
one of
about.
them. I'll do a few more.
Developed in lockdown.
Here we go. I was going to say thank you for your applause, but I have to say thank you to Simon for that applause. Very well timed. Thank you so much. We've got a couple more sets. I think this next one is called the Fear Polka, and I've had the fear a lot actually over lockdown. Just I haven't been having a drink as much as I was before probably, but anytime I did, and then I woke up the next day with the hangover and existential crisis of, oh my goodness, it's the end of the world. It's like, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's had that. So yeah, if anything, the fear has become heightened in the past year. So this set is very relevant, I suppose, for that. So yeah, the Fear Polka is this one. had the fear before playing that set. It's been a wee while. But thanks very much, folks. I think we've got one more, aye. So, uno más. That's one more in Spanish, I think. Or how would you say it in Gaelic, actually? How would you say one more in Gaelic, Joy? How would you say... So, uno más is one more in Spanish. Un éile. Set un éile. Akin. So, we've got one more set for you. Thanks to Joy Dunlop there for jumping in for the help in the Gaelic. Oh, and also to Martin Foddy on all the cameras and lights, and making us seem prettier than we actually are in real life. And to Simon and Hands Up for Trad for having us here today. We really appreciate it, and all the work we can get during these times. We don't get to play with each other musically as often as we like to just now. And also to Kier Long, who's doing the sound, laughing away. I don't know what he's laughing at. And to Cara as well. So it's been an absolute pleasure playing for you today. And we've been Project Smok, so you can find us on all the social medias and all the rest of it. So cheers. for in a while. Cool, yeah. We'll play one more for you. That last set was I didn't even introduce it. The last one was called Wee Smokey. And we've been working closely with a guy, Rory Gamel, from Edinburgh. And he's just started a new whiskey company called Wee Smokey Whiskey. So we've a big announcement coming on that next week. This week actually. This week coming. So I can't tell you what it is yet because it's top secret. But yeah, Wee Smokey Whiskey announcement next week. And this last set we'll play is by a good friend of ours, Laura Wilkie, who plays in the Canadas Quintet, another great band from Glasgow. So this one is called Torias.
Wonderful stuff there. Fantastic music from the Amazing Smok. Thank you all so much. I was loving that. It really was in there. And it's obvious that everybody at home that's listening was enjoying it as well. I think when I come into this side, it becomes so obvious there's only 3 of you, but when you're listening in there, the sound you make is so big. There could be about 10 of you. Was that your idea from the start when you were trying to put together your music, that you were going to go for sort of a big sounding noise, I guess, but with the 3 of you?
Yeah, totally. So I guess when myself and Ali started this band, we were always listening to different types of music. I mean, we've all obviously grown up learning trad music and playing in trad bands, and we obviously love it because it's what we do. But we have been influenced by other genres and other styles that obviously create that bigger sound, bigger, larger than life sound. So I guess from the start we've always had that ethos of trying to sound bigger than we are, and me trying to look bigger than I am.
Honestly, being big is overrated. Don't worry. And you have an impressive pedal board there. For those of us who don't know much about that, explain it in a wee bit more detail, could you?
Sure. So some of the effects that you've heard tonight have come from this pedal board here. So basically it just turns what is usually just an acoustic guitar. When I put it through these pedals, I just it allows me to get things like reverbs and delays, things that make it sound, as we said before, larger than life thing. So I can just kind of manipulate it in any way I want. So I've got things from as basic as a tuning pedal, which mutes the guitar so other people can talk and I can tune my guitar, to an octave pedal, so that low bass sound that you're hearing, that's coming from that octave pedal, so that takes my lower 2 strings down an octave and makes it sound like a bass guitar. Things like delays, reverbs and compressors and stuff like that. So quite geeky about it, but it's quite fun to play with.
Yeah. And when you do start to put music together as a trio, how do you go about it? What's your process?
I think because, as Pablo was saying, we listen to different genres of music. That's at the forefront, trying to have a different sound or a pop sound. And we've joked before about that we're just musicians who've picked the wrong instruments. We actually just want to play in a pop band and sing sad boy pop. It's just like really synthetic stuff. So we try and, I don't know, that's the kind of music a big part of the music we listen to.
Yeah, I think what changed our sound a lot was when we started rehearsing in studios. So instead of rehearsing acoustically in someone's flat, we started kind of exclusively rehearsing plugged in, and we kind of, I don't think we'll ever go back to just rehearsing in someone's flat, not plugged in, because as you heard, it's not really our sound. We can't make that sound unless we're plugged into things. To make that sound. So when we started rehearsing in studios and being able to hear the sound instantly, to be able to hear the sound that you want to make instantly, and not just playing acoustically thinking that might sound cool like that. Yeah. The ability to be able to hear that straight away is a big game changer, because it facilitates you to write a lot quicker and write in a lot of different ways. So I think that changed a lot for us, to be able to play plugged in all the time and write that way as well. Yeah,
it's amazing sound. And you were saying you've got a new EP coming out. Plug it for us. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it's already out. We released it on Bandcamp a couple of months ago, and then it's out on Spotify now, probably about a month ago. So it's called Esperanza, which means hope in Spanish. So,
which I guess is quite apt for nowadays.
Yeah.
We've got hope that things will come back to normal, and that EP was written during COVID, when we're allowed out, when we're allowed to see people at the end of 2020. We kind of got together and wrote this, and then we went down to Grant's house studio in near Bigger and recorded this. So yeah, it was a fun project to record, and I think we're pretty proud of it, and yeah, it's a bit different to our Bayview album.
Glad to get you in singing on it, and on this EP as
more
well.
More songs. We all want more songs.
Yeah. So
I think we're going to try and record an album towards the end of the year. Yeah, and I think we might have a couple of pop songs.
Great.
Uppers.
I mean, I'm all for that. Put a couple of Gaelic oohs in the background and we're sorted. Now, if people do want to find your music, where should they look?
Just all the usual places like Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever people's poison is.
You can also buy our CDs from our website, projectsmok.com. Yeah, that helps us load.
And I know, Ali, obviously, I was there in 2020 when you won the Young Trad, and you just blew everybody away. And I genuinely think you sound even better now, which is amazing. But obviously, the applications are open now for 2022.
Yeah.
What would you say to anybody that's thinking about maybe considering applying or even taking part?
I think if you're on the fence with whether you should do it or you shouldn't, I think you should.
Yeah.
Because you've got nothing to lose, and you've everything to gain. I went in for it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And the first time it was like a stair process. The first time I ever applied, I never got anywhere
Yeah.
because it wasn't good enough. And then the next, because I knew myself looking back on the sets, it wasn't. And then even in yourself, you progress. And then the next time I only got to the semis. That was as far as I got. And then the next time was the final. So, and I don't know. It just I really wanted to win it. So I'm quite competitive with that kind of stuff, and I would I was about to say be competitive, but I don't know if that's a good message. But
I think sometimes that is the good part of competition. It does make you work. It does make you up your game and
just
try and just push yourself that wee bit further. And you maybe have had a slightly different experience because you won the competition and then we went into lockdown not that long after it. But it has still been very positive for you.
Yeah. I mean, like I think. As I'd said, I'd watched the competition loads before. I think as early as when Rudy McMillan won it. I think in like 2007 or 2008. But I couldn't urge folk to go in for it more. It's such a good platform, and even for self growth as well. It was so helpful.
Yeah.
For me, in being able to assess my past attempts where I never made it through, and just look back and assess my playing, and that's how I progressed, I think.
And actually, sometimes not winning a competition can be very good for you. Good for your
it's
ego,
great.
but also good for making you actually go, right, okay, I do need to work a wee bit hard. I do need to maybe tighten up on a few things.
But I think it's one of the biggest platforms. Like I remember speaking to Mawson Amini, he won the award in 2016 or 15, and then he won the BBC Radio 2 Folk Musician of the Year, and he said after he won that, people were still referring to him as the BBC Radio Scotland Young Musician. So it's almost, I don't want to compare the two, but it's a strong title.
Definitely.
So it lasts a long time, which is great.
And we have had some questions in, and somebody was asking, what is your favourite key to play in? On the whistles.
This is a funny topic of conversation, actually, because we have a lot of people who listen to our music in Spain, northern Spain, and we had a guy message us or comment publicly. Actually, he was like, "I like your music, but why you play in such awkward keys?" I was like, "Oh, for goodness sake!"
You're telling me about it.
I know. So we kind of like my personal home key for me to mess about in, pentatonic wise, is like E minor, G major, sort of. They're relevant, and but how I choose a whistle for sets is we kind of try sets in the same fingering but on different whistles, so it's a sonic thing we're listening for. Some like Fear Polka we end up playing in C sharp minor, which is a nightmare of a key for most people, but we've tried it in E minor, it doesn't work, and we've tried it in B minor and it doesn't work. It's just
I actually remember with the Fear Polka set almost abandoning it because it wasn't working, and then just changing the key completely changed the song. So when we first started playing together, I don't know why, but we started playing everything in F. I really like F. For me, F is like that really nice in-between key. It's not too high, it's not too low, it's just dead sweet. And for me, I'm not a whistle player, obviously, but the key of F on the whistle always sounds dead lovely. It sounds like a human voice to me.
They say that I think it was Alan MacDonald who told me that the universe evolves around the key of C. So I don't know if that's why the F whistle sounds so nice.
Yeah. But it's funny, as a singer, you automatically gravitate to the key that feels comfy to you, the one that gives you like the warm sounds or the comfy ones. So to me, it makes total sense to go, we play it in this key because it feels right for me. And then the poor accompanist goes, oh no, it's C sharp minor, come on.
A Gaelic singer is singing some awkward keys.
So maybe that's your next step. You should be doing Gaelic songs. Gaelic pop. Yeah.
Gaelic pop, that's
We did also have somebody asking if you're looking for a triangle player.
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah. Back
Never
off
say
them.
no.
I don't know. I'm going to subtly look through the window at Simon. Any other good questions coming on? They probably are, but he's going to give me the finger because you were saying
Not
saying
the middle
earlier that you
finger.
don't. We'll just gloss over that very quickly. You don't like talking to people. I could talk for hours, so I am going to stop this now. But Cian Mila Taige, thank you so much to Project Smok and to everybody here. We've got just such a wonderful setup, and I think I should say a special thank you to Simon, who works so hard behind the scenes. He really does a power of work. So do keep an eye on the Hands Up for Trad Facebook group. They've got a very special day on Tuesday the 21st of June. Yes, he's giving me at 2 o'clock. I knew I was getting to that. So yeah, if you do want to hear some music from Scotland and further afield, check out the Hands Up for Trad Facebook page. 2 o'clock on Tuesday 21st of June. There'll be lots of music, banter and all the rest. So thank you one more time. If you're also looking for something to do on a Saturday night, next Saturday night, the world famous Tonilt Caileys will be going live with Simon, keeping everybody right with the technology. So thank you once again to Project Smok. Thank you all for listening at home, and we will see you at our next event. Tafilib.